Hey everybody, it's Rory. Today we are looking at a part that some people might skip over because they just don't understand it or don't know what it's for or what it's used for. This is I'm going to call this a ASA, an on-off AXA, an on-off ASA or tank extender. Now this can be used in a variety of different applications, but most people are going to be using this with a tank. So this has just the standard threading on the top and the bottom. As you notice, so there is no pin inside here. This has an on and off knob that is on the side, which will allow airflow through into whatever happens to be on the other side. It does have a little display or diagram on the side, which tells you which direction to turn it for on and off. But where this is going to come in handy, I think, is really for players who are using guns that don't have an on-off ASA on their gun already. So you can, instead of having to screw this onto your gun, and as soon as it screws in, it gasses up the marker. And then when you're done, you have to kind of unscrew it and shoot the gun at the same time to get the air to bleed out so you don't damage an O-ring on the top of your tank. You could put this on and eliminate that need to shoot the gun and unscrew the tank at the same time by being able to cut the airflow off at the source. So this is just going to screw on to the end of your tank, and this will work for any tank. It doesn't need to be a compressed air tank or whatever. It can run on a CO2 setup, compressed air setup, doesn't matter. And that by turning this, we can turn it on and we can turn it off. So once this is screwed in to the marker, as it is right here, you would rotate this and it will let the air flow into the marker. Now, one thing you do need to remember is if you are threading this on to the ASA and you've forgotten that your knob is in the on position, as soon as you screw that in, you can hear there's a little bit of air in there. It's going to start bleeding out. So make sure that you have this in the off position before you screw that on. Now, I don't want to say instead, some people use these as an extender. So they've got their tank set up on their gun and they feel that their bottle is a little it makes the gun a little too close to their face and they would like it to be a little bit further out. Rather than using some sort of drop extender on the bottom of the gun or something like that, you can use this to lengthen the tank without physically changing your tank. So if you want your gun to be set up a little bit further away from your body, which I prefer, I don't like a gun that's really close to my face because it makes my elbows and my arms be in a really awkward, weird position. I like the gun set up further in front of my body. So if I was using a small tank, I would put an extender on it to bring that gun forward a little bit and put my arms in a more natural shooting position. So this can be a number of things for you. It can be an on-off ASA at the bottom of your gun when you don't have one, or it can be a tank extender if you need a little bit of extra length in your gun setup. So this can cover multiple options as far as what it can do, and maybe one of those things fits into your needs. So if you're interested or just curious as how this is going to work for you, pick one up. This is the GOG ASA, on-off ASA or tank extender. It's available through the website. Order yours now through ansgear.com.